The signals which I have sent here last Saturday seems to be working very well so far, and I think the Euro USD, Pound USD, and the gold are running in profit so far. Meanwhile, of course, USD CHF, USD CAD, and AUD USD are not. But still, even though I said that this week it seems like the market is gonna be bad, but somehow I feel like it's actually good, and that's the reason I'm here to make this video right now. So therefore, welcome on this channel. This is Salah Issam from Xtreme Trader, and I'm here to tell you what are the trading plans for the remaining days of this week. Alright, so let's now begin, of course, as usual, with the Euro USD. So for the Euro USD, as you can see so far, the pair is running in a profit of about 34 pips. However, I believe that the Euro USD is actually still going to be ranging inside this neutral channel, and seems like the market is actually going to be struggling to break out from this channel. However, if we draw here at a triangle like this, just to be sure how the market is going to, it seems to me like the market eventually gonna break out from this channel somehow. And based on the daily chart so far, we can tell that, as I told you, my friends, this real level of a resistance eventually being respected, especially after having here 1 and 2 fake breakouts. As you can see, we had here another fake breakout. So therefore, the only direction from my point of view, actually, for the Euro USD, is gonna continue the fall. Therefore, if I'm not mistaken right now, I believe today is actually gonna be over, of course. The candle is gonna expire in just 2 hours. So therefore, on Thursday, I believe the candle is gonna make a pullback and is gonna reach the peak of that triangle, till of course the edge of the triangle, which means that level of a resistance right here, where we can of course start shorting the Euro USD again. So if anyone want to enter this signal again, if you guys have missed entering this signal, I recommend selling the Euro USD right here at 1.06526. Let me just write it for you. Sell again at 1.06526, and of course we will keep the same safe zone and take profit levels. However, that's going to be, in my opinion, the best level to start shorting again after the market make a pullback for about 18 pips only. That's everything for the Euro USD. Moving now to the Pound USD. Alright, so for the Pound USD, as we can see, my friends, right now we have to separate the real breakouts from, the real support and resistance from the fake breakouts. So as you can see, this was actually a perfect signal. The Pound USD has went in about 36 pips against our direction, currently running in about 60 pips of profit. Now what's next? Moving to the 1 hour time frame. Now on the 1 hour time frame, we have to identify, or actually separate, the real resistance levels from the fake breakouts. And as we can see right there, right here exactly, there exactly lies the real level of a resistance, my friends, at 1.20701. This of course was a real level of a resistance, and meanwhile we had here in the middle another fake breakout, and right here another fake breakout, and of course the last fake breakout. And if we check also the resistance trend lines, we can tell exactly that this is gonna be a good level to start shorting the Pound USD. Of course, I'm not going to explain the direction. The direction is of course the same. I still gonna keep my word and say that the Pound USD and of course the USD pairs in general gonna continue the fall, of course, against the other pairs. I mean, the DXY itself is going to continue the rise in my opinion, and that's the reason I'm saying that the Pound USD and the Euro USD are going to fall. That being said, in my opinion, we're having here a pressure from that support right here at 1.20210, and therefore I'm expecting actually a pullback which gonna last till the peak of that resistance trend line, and that level of a real resistance is most likely gonna be respected. That being said, we have to wait for the pound USD to rise for about 40 pips before we can start shorting it. But just to be sure that this is going to be an accurate entry, I need to be sure. Let me just scroll to the right, to the left. Oh my goodness, that seems so good. Check this out, guys. This is gonna be our next entry, which is fantastic. At 1.20629, to be precise, of course. So therefore, yes, indeed, that's actually much better. Therefore, we have to wait for the market to rise for about 37 pips before we can start shorting it again. Therefore, sell at 20629 or 30 is going to be ideal. However, the take profit level, of course, is going to remain the same, which means we are still aiming approximately 143 pips profit from the signal. And of course, the safe zone is going to be the same for about 92 pips. Moving now to the AUD USD. Alright, so the AUD USD, my friends, actually has failed, as you can see, but we are still going to short it anyway. Let me just explain the reason. Right here, my friends, exactly right there at 0.67645, we can identify now a real level of a resistance. Meanwhile, we had here a fake breakout, which was also previously another fake breakout right here. Now, however, if I want to be sure about this signal, let me just make sure of that thing right here. Let me just okay, yes, exactly, since actually we're going to start shorting exactly right there. Let me just tell you something. I need to be sure, of course, of this signal. So what I will do right now is simply use what we call the magic of trend lines. That can be done by actually draw here a resistance trend line, and actually can just pick randomly any levels of a resistance trend line and just drag the same line of the resistance trend line. So as you can see, I have drawn here that resistance trend line, which seems like the market is indeed respecting over and over for multiple attempts. Now what you will do next, my friends, is simply drag the same resistance trend line and just simply place it right there exactly at the peak of the previous resistance trend line right here, which also became a support trend line, and then that resistance trend line has also been respected right there. Let me just remove the word sell. Exactly, we can see, my friends, this level has been respected. Now, as we can see, we can actually see that the market is right now facing a major strong key support level at 0.67427. Now we can actually expect a pullback from the AUD USD, and the market might rise, continue to rise again, and that level of a resistance trend line eventually gonna be respected. However, I feel more safe if I send you the signal to start selling again right here exactly as 0.67645, since this was the nearest strong green level of a resistance to our entry. That being said, I will adjust this signal to be at 0.67645, and of course, my friends, we can keep the same take profit level for about 133 pips of profit. 33 or 34, let me just again do it. Yeah, 133 pips of profit. Meanwhile, the safe zone is ranging for about 42 pips only. Moving now to the USD CAD. Alright, so it's a bummer for the USD CAD, as you can see, my friends. The market has actually been ranging inside of the safe zone. For some members, they can actually say that the USD CAD signal has failed. Meanwhile, for me personally, I consider it is still working because the candles has never closed outside of the safe zone, and that's actually a concept that some members cannot really understand. They always actually, I cannot be unfair here, some of the followers, especially the new followers, they think that this is a stop loss, and this is giving me a headache. I never say or claim that the edge of the safe zone is a stop loss. You can consider this signal as loss signal only if the price action has confirmed it, meaning if the candle has actually exceeded the safe zone and closed below the safe zone. Only then we can consider this signal as failure one, or actually disqualified. However, USD CAD is going to continue the rise. Now it's a matter of finding the best level to start buying the USD CAD. In my opinion, that support right there at 1.35705 is really interesting. Let me just delete the old signal and show this to you. So right here, we can notice how the market has indeed respected that level of a support eventually, even after making here a fake breakout. Still, that support level at 1.35220 has indeed been respected. Now we can see that this is after the appearance of this bullish breakout candle, we are still having here a very strong key support level at 1.35705. That level cannot be ignored. Therefore, we have to wait for the market to fall for about 30 pips before we can start buying. And then you know what? I'm going to trade this signal personally. I'm going to set here an alert so to inform me once the signal reach that level. I will be prepared for it. And something here very interesting. Check this out. Do you see this tail right here? That's interesting. That means that the market has already respected that level. Check this out on the 1 hour time frame. On the 1 hour time frame, my friends, that level of a support has already been respected, which means that, my friends, is a support number 1. Now all we need to do is waiting for the market to make another pullback and to reverse upon the pressure from that resistance right here and make a pullback, and we will actually place our buy order exactly on the second attempt of that support, which means buying at that level of a support is going to be ideal in my opinion. However, the safe zone shouldn't be ranging lower than this level of a previous real support at 1.35210, which means the safe zone is ranging for exactly 50 pips against 115 pips of profit. And there goes your signal, my friends, for the USD CAD. Let's now move to the USD JPY, which has already exceeded the take profit level, and that's very nice. Which means the direction was correct, but of course the signal hasn't been triggered. Now moving to the daily chart. Now on the daily chart, we can see here, my friends, a very clear breakout from that long-term support at 133.638. Now, the best signal I can provide to everyone is waiting for the market to fall for about 70 pips and start buying the USD/JPY exactly right on that level of a previous support. This is, in my opinion, one ideal setup, and actually I would always be hunting that kind of setup. I think it's always very, very trusted. If I also draw here a support trend line like this, and all I need to do, my friends, is simply drag the same support trend line all the way right here. Check the perfection. Yes, let me just be sure. I'm just matching it up along with that level of a previous support trend line right here and right there as well. Now we can actually assume that this level of a previous support trend line, it was actually supposedly to become a new resistance trend line. However, that has failed. It didn't work, and the USD/JPY has just simply broke out from that level of a previous support trend line. And right now, after the reversal upon the pressure from that previous support, we can actually expect from the USD/JPY to make a pullback, and that level of a new support is going to push the market to continue the rise. That being said, I believe we will be buying the USD/JPY at 133.638. And the take profit level is going to be placed just right here at the nearest strong key resistance level, which means we are aiming 300. Wait a minute, guys. This is on daily chart. I made a mistake. The take profit level, of course, has to be placed just right there at the nearest strong key support level at 135.771, which means we will be aiming exactly 212 pips of profit. Meanwhile, the safe zone, back to the daily chart. Yes, the safe zone won't be ranging lower than this level of a support right here at 132.584, which means the safe zone is ranging for about 100 pips against 218 pips of profit. Moving now to the USD CHF. Alright, so we need to discuss the USD CHF because the signal has actually failed, even though the direction is actually correct. Unfortunately, it just hasn't been triggered on the right level I have given. Actually, my friends, I really hate seeing the market ranging like this. It's just hard to be traded. And as you can see right here, that support right there exactly at 0.92629 is very strong level of a support, and eventually has actually kept the position as a support. That being said, we cannot actually ignore the strength or the power from that level of a previous strong clear level of a support, especially seeing that we had here 1 and 2 and 3 fake breakouts from that level of a support, which means that the USD-CHF is most likely going to continue the rise. Now the question is where exactly we can start buying this pair. In my opinion, that level of a support exactly right there at 0.92709 is actually a trustworthy level. And actually this price action in general indicates for a continuation in the bullish reversal. That being said, I believe that the USD-CHF is going to eventually make a pullback, and that level of a previous support is going to be retested again, which means we can start buying again after the market falls for about 15 pips. Also keep in mind that we're having here a resistance trend line, and eventually the market is gonna actually break out from it. Check this out. I want to show you this. If I draw the resistance trend line this way, this is actually more interesting. Now we are having here real level of a resistance trend line again right here and right there and right there, as you can see, multiple attempts. Then finally we had here the bullish breakout from that resistance trend line. Then we have here multiple attempts of retesting the broken level of a support trend line. Indicates that the USD-CHF is most likely going to continue the rise indeed. So that being said, after buying the market from that level, we can actually continue or keep the trade running till the market reaches the nearest strong key resistance level to our entry at 0.93658, which means we will actually be aiming approximately 95 pips profit from the signal. Meanwhile, the safe zone won't be ranging less, actually lower than this level of a support right here at 0.92299 for about 40 pips only. Moving now to the gold, which by the way is gonna just remain the same. There is absolutely no need to make any changes for the gold signal. That real level of a resistance, my friends, is very, very trustworthy. We can see here we had 1, 2 and another 3 fake breakouts from that level. Sadly, the gold signal has actually exceeded the safe zone and just simply went back again right here. So it actually has tricked all of us. Eventually what we're having right here is another fake breakout, and as you can see right here, these 2 wicks right here represents the respect of that level of a real resistance level. So that being said, there is absolutely no need to change anything about the signal of the gold. We have to wait for the market to rise for about another 36 pips before we can start shorting it again. So therefore, there goes your signals, my friends, for the last days of this week and of course this year. This is gonna be of course the last video of the year 2022, and in this occasion I want to wish everyone a happy new year and a very profitable and more good trades and more educational materials and more success with Xtreme Trader is gonna come with the year 2023. I'm so happy with what we have achieved this year, my friends. Of course, the premium group also, we have launched the copier, which is very successful so far, and we are doing the best we can to improve the service, and we will be sure to improve it to the best by the year 2023. So again, my friends, please be safe and be careful, and again I will see you in 2023 with another new video with the weekly analysis. So until then, I hope that it's informative to you, and I would like to thank you for watching.